Hi Scrollers is produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past and present.
Always was, always will be, Aboriginal land. I'm Brittney Saunders.
And I'm alright. Hey, and this is Hi Scrollers, the podcast version of your favourite group chat.
We've been sharing our lives online for over 10 years, so who better to catch you up on everything that's going viral?
Oh, plus we talk a lot about ourselves. And today we've got a very exciting dream from Brittney.
Yes. Don't hate on me and my dreams.
It did make for an interesting chat though. Also, we talk all about Jeff Bezos' wedding, Anna Wintour getting the chop from Vogue. Plus, I have found the coolest real estate agent ever. And I'm going to share.
And when does anyone ever say that?
I know, I don't think those words have ever
and
been.
real estate agent in one sentence.
Those words have never been spoken. But deal me in, doll. Let's go.
Good morning, Matthew.
Hello, how are we?
Yeah, good. I was just scrolling through my LinkedIn. I never check LinkedIn.
You know what? This is so funny. I didn't write this down, but I actually thought to ask you about LinkedIn. So you go first and then I've got some questions.
I've got over 1,000 friend requests at the moment on LinkedIn.
Famous.
And, you know, with LinkedIn, I feel like I never know who to accept. You know? Is it like back in the day on MySpace in like year 8, my goal was to accept anyone that added me so that I could have as many friends as possible on there.
I was the same.
But you were?
Yeah, the limit was what, 5,000 or 10,000?
I think it was 5,000.
Yeah. Hit that.
And now I've got
Jeffree Star was in my top friends.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I check LinkedIn is one of those social media platforms that I just forget to check. And then I just don't know who to accept, you know, and like I obviously have a lot of business people adding me, and then they've, you know, because it tells you how many connections you have, like mutual friends. And then it's like 50 mutual connections. But then do you accept that person, or is it like, do you not accept anyone unless you're going to talk to them? But I don't think LinkedIn is like that. I think it's kind of like MySpace. You just accept to accept.
Yeah, I honestly think I've accepted like everyone who's ever added me on LinkedIn, but I don't use it and I'm so bad at it. And I'm like, I don't think I need to use it, but I have one anyway.
I think I do. I think I need to use it, but it's one of those apps that I don't, because it's very like business heavy and it's very like wanky. Like it's very like, oh, look at me and what I achieved. And then everyone's like, congratulations.
Yeah.
It's very like suck-assy kind of social media platform.
And like the inspirational posts get me. Can't stand it. Sorry.
See, but I could do real wanky posts like that on there about fate and what I'm doing, and everyone would be like, yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But it feels inauthentic.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But
well, don't worry about my questions then, because I thought you were a user of it. Like I thought you used it.
I just forget, and then I go on once every 2 months and go, oh shit, I've been tagged in all this stuff, and then I just repost some of it. It's given a bit of like old school Twitter, because you can just like repost things and it goes on your page as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, I had the weirdest fucking dream last night, Matt.
What was that?
I just had a night. Do you ever just have, I mean, probably not you because you don't really sleep, but do you ever have those nights where you just have really intense dreams that feel very real? And it's like when you wake up, you don't feel normal?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure a lot of scrollers can understand what I'm saying. I had a dream last night that felt so real. And when I think about it now, obviously it's not a very realistic dream. But I had a dream that I was at an airport and I was getting on a plane and I had my seat number and everything. And the flight was at 8 p.m. and I got to the airport really early, like 4 hours before the flight. But somehow, and I was there by myself, but I believe AJ and some other people were like catching the same flight as me. I somehow ended up on the plane, like the wrong plane, but I thought it was my flight. I don't know. I wasn't thinking, and I somehow got through the gate without them like checking my ticket. And I was in Brisbane, and I realized once the plane doors had shut, oh my God, like this plane is going to Adelaide. And I was like, I think I was meant to be just going to Newcastle. And so I started freaking out because I was in my seat on the plane that wasn't my seat. And I was like 4 hours too early. And I started getting on my story and posting that, help, I'm on the wrong plane and I don't know what to do. And the plane started taking off, but we didn't go into the air. We were driving through the streets. And we were going through the streets. We were in like a city. Okay,
Hannah and I have just looked at each other and gone, what the fuck is going on?
Real.
Like, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck are you telling this story?
Because this was my dream and I need you to analyze it.
Okay, all right.
And I was freaking out, but luckily we hadn't gone into the air. And in my mind, I was going, this pilot is going to let me off when he realizes I'm not supposed to be on this flight, which just would never fucking happen in the real world. Like, why didn't I realize at that moment this is a dream? Because no one is going to be on the wrong flight and the pilot's going to fucking stop and let you get off like you're on the plane. So we're going around the streets and we got to like a suburb, like out in the quiet streets, and the air hostess let me jump out of the plane, but we were still on the ground. So I just like jumped onto the footpath, like, and onto the grass. And then I was off the plane and it was all good. And then I had to Uber back to the airport. So what does that mean, everyone?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. We'll have to go Google, girl. Can you please Google plane driving through streets dream meaning?
No, Google, what does it mean getting on the wrong plane?
Okay.
And it felt so real. Like, I genuinely thought I was on the wrong plane and I was going to have to jump off.
What does a dream about being on the wrong plane? Often signifies feelings of uncertainty, confusion, or being on the wrong path in waking life. So self-fate and go back to doing a hairdresser apprenticeship or something.
And I'll tell you what, when you Google dreams, I feel like they all say the same thing.
Yeah,
you feel uncertain. Friendships are cracking.
Well, what about this? Here's all the possible interpretations. So uncertainty and confusion. Missed opportunities. Do you feel like you had any missed opportunities recently?
No.
Anxiety and stress?
No.
Lack of direction. You got no idea what direction you're going in life.
Yeah, I feel like I never know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
Fear of failure.
Yeah, but everyone has that.
Yeah, true. What about Go Google Girl will do, what does a dream about a plane driving through a city street
Mean?
Mean. We'll see. A plane that's grounded, you know.
Yeah.
A dream about a plane driving through city streets is unusual and likely symbolic. It could suggest a feeling of being out of control, a desire for freedom, or a disconnect from reality. So it says you could be disconnected because you have unrealistic goals.
Yeah.
You could be delusional or misguided.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And it also can symbolize new beginnings.
See, I like that one. That's better.
Yeah, I feel like you could say that about any dream though, couldn't you?
I know, this is the thing. When I Google what the dreams mean, they all have the same theme.
Okay, can you, Hannah, now Google my dream? I'm not going to put you through the whole fucking thing and talk about it, but basically I drowned in it. So what does a dream about drowning mean? Let's see. And I was like trapped while drowning. Say trapped. Say maybe, what does a dream about drowning, trapped while drowning? We'll see if it's any different to yours, Britt. So mine says feeling overwhelmed or suffocated by emotions, situations, or responsibilities.
See, they just say the same thing in a different font.
Loss of control, emotional cleansing, need for reevaluation. The dream might be prompting you to assess your current strategies, seek help, or reevaluate your goals. I barely got any, if I'm honest. I don't know. What does a dream of drowning mean? Dreaming of drowning can evoke a sense of alarm. But, you know, what am I alarmed about? Honestly, I've got nothing. I've got nothing that comes to the top of my mind that is, you know.
This is why I don't believe the dream things, because it always just says the same thing for every dream.
Yeah, all right. So your dream meant absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to be honest, Britt. I've
Yeah.
just got nowhere to take this. So I'll
Well,
volley it back to you and you let us know where we're going.
Well, we can start off by saying two things. Firstly, this is our last live sort of record for you going away because you're going away this week.
Yes.
So
Today,
every episode from here on out is a pre-record, but I think we've done pretty good with the pre-records.
yeah, same. And then we also have some guests that'll join you for a little bit because we didn't also want to pre-record so far in advance that then it, there was no. We were talking about things from 2 months ago, you know what I mean? So you have some guests join you as well, and then we have another little surprise for everybody, but that will come via a quick whip at some point in the future, so you'll just have to keep your eyes out. But we will alert you in the broadcast channel when that does go live anyway, and if you don't know how to join the broadcast channel, you can go to my Instagram, and it's on my profile, and you just click the word scrollers, and you can join it there. But yeah, I'm very excited, obviously. Can't wait to be living La Vida Loca overseas. We're doing Singapore, London, Amsterdam, Paris, Italy, Greece, Switzerland, Poland, Germany, Spain. Oh, it's going to be great. As we all know, Sky and I's first big, apart from America, big sort of trip. We've been planning it for a few years. It's our bucket list year. Yeah. You know the whole story. And I definitely think that this trip, like my body knows that we're about to enjoy ourselves, which is why I don't know why I had a dream of drowning last night. But I definitely, as soon as Thursday was my last day of really doing any work, and as soon as the day was done, my body was I just felt like a new human being. I went, wow, isn't life beautiful? And definitely went straight into holiday mode. But I'm real nervous, everyone, because I was just saying that before we started recording, I'm nervous to navigate Europe. I've never obviously done it before. I really don't know much about Europe. I only know basic language in each country, and just when I go to America or something, I just know it like the back of my hand. I can get around. And even if I'm somewhere that I don't know, I feel like it's really easy to navigate. But with things in a different language, I'm a little nervous about that. Obviously, mine and Sky's first time traveling together, I'm surely getting high strung and stressed. So he'll have to deal with that. And he's always so gracious. But yeah, most of all, excited. And I hope everyone enjoys watching along with all the travels.
I'm going to be blocking you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't understand why you don't fuck off to Europe as well and have a Euro summer.
Because I've got a bit on.
Yeah. Next year then. Will we do it next year? Because I'll definitely go back. One thing I realised was that Europe is actually so much bigger than I thought. So we're going for quite some time. We originally planned to go for 6 weeks, and we ended up, now we're going for 8 weeks, which is crazy. But we planned for 6, and I thought I could get all of Europe done in 6 weeks. I genuinely thought I could go to every single thing. We also wanted to go to your Denmarks, your Scotland, Wales, Ireland. What are up the top? Norway, Hungary, Scandinavia. And then there was Croatia, Portugal, blah, blah, blah. Well, bloody hell, you just can't do it all. I thought Europe was the size of New South Wales, and I could just go to every single country, bang it all. Because the point is, I wanted to go, bang it all out, and never have to go again, Or if I did go, just go to certain parts that I liked, etc. I can't be bothered. The thought of because I went into Flight Centre to book it all, and when she was taking me through the itinerary for the 8 weeks, she was just reading out, this is what you're doing, this is where you're staying, blah, blah, blah. I was fucking yawning. I was falling asleep at her just reading out what we were going to do for 8 weeks.
How does booking, I've never booked a holiday through a travel agent before. So how does it work? How do they make money?
I don't know, but I would assume that they're in cahoots with who they're booking through. So
are they going on booking.com and then booking something?
No, God, no. I think it's within the system. And I just have to do a little disclaimer here that during this trip, originally we booked this trip by ourselves. We went into Flight Centre ourselves and booked it. And then since Flight Centre got word of that, I potentially am working with them while I'm away. So I just want to make that clear that I'm going to be probably a paid affiliate with them because I don't want this to come across as like an undisclosed ad. It's absolutely not. They have no idea we're talking about them right now. But I would just assume that they, you know, have certain airlines that they would have a preference to, and then the airlines would give them commission. Surely that's how it works.
So you can go into Flight Centre and book a whole holiday through them, and you don't have to pay them any kind of fee.
And I, being the savvy, frugal person I am that never spends any money, double checked everything, and it was always either on par or cheaper with the travel agent that we used. So, and then as well, there was thousands knocked off the flights. I was so shocked at the deal she got us on flights, and I couldn't find that anywhere on the internet, and it ended up being like $2,000 less for the flights.
I'm so fascinated by that. I want to go and work there for a day and see how it works.
Well, I asked about that because I was like, how have you gotten me that flight $2,000 cheaper? And I can't find that anywhere on the internet. And I am like the most frugal, savvy shopper ever. And she's like, oh, because we do a bundle deal. And because you're also booking the accommodation and the transfers and
so they
activities.
Must just have like their own system that's linked to all the accommodation and all the flights and everything.
I would say so.
And they get like an exclusive deal, and then they make a percentage of that, but it doesn't fall on you. Did you have to pay like an admin fee?
No, nothing. You don't pay any fees on top. And as I said, everything I double checked. And everything was either on par or cheaper.
See, I would think, like, as someone that's never booked a holiday through a travel agent before, I would just assume that you pay a premium booking through them, but it's because they're organising it all for you. Like, I would assume that it was the more expensive option, but they're going to map out your whole itinerary for you, and that's why it's more expensive.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether maybe if you go to like maybe, let's say I just decided to start a travel agent business and I was an independent travel agent and just like had clients, like potentially that's how I make my money is I put my fee on top or I weave it into certain things. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we all know I'm not dumb with money and I'm always looking to pinch a penny here or there. So that was the first thing I did. We've used a travel agent a few times, smaller holidays and things like that. We don't need it for. I didn't use it for America because plans were so up in the air. But this one was so good because I was like, right, we're going here. We want to do this. Can you make it work? And the other thing is she was very knowledgeable about the whole thing. She'd done everything that we had done as well. So she was like, oh no, you know, I would have booked certain things online. And she was like, oh no, you don't want to do that one. Do this one. It's cheaper. It's actually got less people on it, you know, train wise. Don't do that train. Everyone does that train and the food's not good. Go on this one. So she like knows so many things. So I am all about it. Always have been and will always recommend. And yeah, as I said, double checked all the pricing because I wouldn't have paid more than I needed to for someone else to do the work for me. The whole reason I do it is because they do everything and I just have to sit back and get the little booklet at the end, the little envelope.
That's so interesting.
Every ticket printed out, every little minute of my trip sorted.
See, that's really interesting, like as a whole, because you, from a business standpoint as well, like I would have thought that, you know, in 5 years from now, we won't have travel agents anymore and it'll be like AI travel agents online, just with how online everything is gone. And then I thought it would be hard for them to compete. But that's really interesting that it is more affordable and you get everything fucking done for you.
Yeah. That's literally the point. I love it. I love it.
There you go. You learn something new every day. Maybe the next time I'm going on a trip, I'm going to go to a travel agent. Maybe.
We just always had one growing up as a family as well. And so it just was one of those like flybys, just ingrained in my upbringing.
Yeah, well, we all know that I didn't go on any family holidays. So
sorry, I'm twisting the bloody knife. Fucking hell.
Never went on a family holiday, so never got to experience.
Hey, excuse me, there was that one Shelley Beach Caravan Park.
Yeah, true.
Please be upstanding for the royal flush.
Well, let's get on to our royal flush of the week. And Matt, I feel like my royal flush you are going to be able to do.
Okay.
I didn't save the video. I think I've actually seen a couple of videos on TikTok. So if you look it up, you will be able to see a few people that have done it. Maybe one girl started the trend. I'm not entirely sure. But it's called junk journaling.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about this before.
So it's kind of like scrapbooking, which I used to fucking love scrapbooking when I was a kid.
Same.
My mum used to go to like this scrapbooking lady, and then she had like a scrapbooking studio in her backyard. She had like a shed, like an arts and crafts shed, and then she would do like kids' workshops of scrapbooking. I remember they would do like photo albums and then scrapbook all around it and put little flowers and cut out things all around. And so like your photo album was all scrapbooked. But anyway,
You'd have those little stamps. Remember the little star stamps? And they were different. You know, you could get the bunny one and do like an Easter scrapbook.
Yeah.
We were a scrapbooking family as well.
I think we tried to do it for a bit there. But anyway, I saw this girl and she was doing junk journaling. Again, sorry, I didn't save the TikTok, so I don't know her name. But basically, she has like scrapbooks, like just any size plain book. And she just collects scraps from her day-to-day life and makes cute little scrapbook journaling of just stuff. And I feel like it was such a cool little hobby to have. And without realizing it, like we collect so many bits and bobs. And instead of just like collecting things, like I'm at home today. By the way, this is our first time ever recording from a distance. Like Matt's in the studio in Sydney and I'm in Newcastle. And if this is sounding clear, I'm just saying I can't believe I've been driving to Sydney for fucking 2 years for this shit when I could have been sitting right here in the comfort of my own home. But anyway, I'm just like looking across the room right now, and I've got like a little goodie bag from my book launch event, and it's got like a ribbon and like a little cutout that I made of the book, like little things like that where we're just collecting bits and bobs instead of throwing it out and just being like, oh, I don't need this scrap piece of paper or this little letter or whatever. Cut it out and make a little scrap journal. And I feel like, Matt, you're going to get so many of those little bits and bobs from your upcoming Europe trip. I feel like you should hold on to all of them and make a little scrapbook of your trip. And then you
can't think of anything worse.
Oh, and Matt, like you're taking like a Polaroid camera, because then you could like get little Polaroids of you in sky and put them in the scrapbook journal as well.
It is a cute idea. I think it's like so much admin, and also I'm already like, there's too much in my suitcase because I've actually decided to take a really small suitcase, and I've really tried to limit myself with the amount of stuff that I'm taking over, because thinking about America and how much I was lugging stuff everywhere, this is going to be 10 times worse than that. So I've tried to pack light, and I love the thought of it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm so with you that it is a really cute idea and I love it. But for me personally, can't think of anything worse. It does also give me like dirty rubbish vibes sometimes. Like sometimes I see people's junk journals.
Junk.
Yeah, but sometimes they'll put like a Chupa Chup wrapper in it, and I like, just throw it in the fucking bin, please.
Yeah, don't do that. But all the cutesy little things, like there'd be so much and we just throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
I want to try and do it.
Okay.
So anyway, if you're looking for a cute little hobby, arts and crafts vibes, look up junk journaling on TikTok. It's basically scrapbooking, but with the stuff that you'd accumulate normally in your life anyway.
Yeah.
And then you can make it cute and put your own little photos and Polaroids and stuff.
Maybe. I just think as well, like how you're sticking everything in there. Am I also taking a roll of sticky tape or a glue stick?
No,
Do I have to
think
have
you
coloured
should just
pens?
I think you should just take some plastic sheets, like little, like a insert, put all your junk in it while you're away, and then bring it home and then do it when you're at home. And just have a little set up in your spare room, have your little glue and just scissors and just stick stuff in it as you collect it.
Yeah, okay.
And the thing is, it's not like a hobby that you need to do all the time. You just collect things as you go, and like it's like a memory.
Like a magpie.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what else, something I thought of.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else I thought of.
Yeah.
I saw a girl on TikTok also. She'd made herself a time capsule. Did you see her?
Nice. I haven't, but that is an idea I could get around.
She was opening a time capsule from, I don't know how long ago, but I think she was turning 33. Or something like that. And she'd written on it that she needs to open it the night before her 33rd birthday. And so she had been keeping this time capsule ever since she was like in school. And I remember when I went to Jesmond Primary School, we got a whole new field at school when I was there. So like the whole big grass area at school.
I'm getting deja vu.
Have I told this?
Have we had a time capsule conversation? I've heard
Have we?
this story before. I mean,
Well,
you can say it again, but
Yeah, well, we
Hannah's
got a whole-
unsure.
We got a whole new field, and it was like a big project at our school. Like the whole grass area got ripped up and extended, and then all the dads came to help out and lay the grass on the weekend at the school, which is so fucking weird now that I think about it.
And probably wouldn't happen these days, would it?
Yeah,
and probably
but it
wouldn't be
was a-
allowed to happen. Like
it
you
was a
wouldn't.
really small school. Like I was in year 4, 5, 6.
I know, but like the Department of Education wouldn't allow
Yeah.
parents to come and dig up a oval these days. Oh, where was
But
the
I'm pretty
OHS?
sure when we were doing that, we all got to do a time capsule and we buried it under the grass in the new field. So I
Mhm.
wonder if it's still there. If it gets on the news that someone has gone and dug up Jesmond Primary School, it wasn't me.
I did a time capsule at Gosford East Public School years and years ago. This is in
Did you
2000.
bury it there?
Yeah. It's like an actual thing though. Like in the middle of the playground, there's like the time capsule's in the middle of the playground, and there's a drawing and a letter from me in there. And I think I said like I can't remember. I'm sure it was 2020 that they were going to open it, and it was just 20 years. They may have already opened it. My letter was in there saying that we'd have flying cars and stuff by now. Because that's what we all thought in 2000. Oh my God, I saw a TikTok of these two girls on the train, and this other girl goes up to them and tries to talk to them, and having nil interest. And then she says, how old are you? Or when were you born? And they go 2010. And I'm like, whoa. They're on the train. They look like adults, but they must have been 15. But
Wow.
2010. People born in 2010 are now 15. Wow,
That's
all
weird
right, hey,
'cause I'm 18.
discovers
so-
time. But anyway, that's weird because I'm 18. Yeah, no, I'm still 23. If anyone
that's
asks,
weird. I'm 18,
I'm 23
but I was
forever.
born in 1993, so that doesn't make sense that those girls are 15.
Nice. Well, my Royal Flush of the Week is something so fun, and it is interactive, scrollers. I'm so sorry to do this to you. It's my last week. You can deal with it. But I need you all to do some homework here. Google Girl Hannah and Brittney, I'm going to need you to look this up on YouTube. Right now, for me to do my Royal Flush, let's go to YouTube. And scrollers, we can all do this together, obviously, if you can. If you don't want to, you can look it up later. It is worth the YouTube search. You're going to type in The Horner Agency, HORNER.
Yeah.
And scroll down for me, Hannah. Keep going,
Is
keep
this a
going,
real
keep going,
estate?
Keep going. Yes, keep going. There, Horner Agency, 18 subscribers. No, yeah, that one, yeah. And then videos. And then you are going to... Well, I'll tell you what you're going to look at in a second. Basically, okay, so my dream, a lot of you know that my dream would be to buy a house on the Central Coast in Holgate, which is where I used to live many years ago. But it's a place where we were obviously only renting at the time, but it's one of those suburbs where like every house is huge and on acreage and has so much space and all the rest of that. So like, anyway, one of my favorite pastimes is to sit on the real estate app and look at houses in the suburbs. One time I actually went and looked at one as well. Like I was with the girls and I was like, let's just go because this house that I've been in love with for years went on the market. It was actually 4 million, but it ended up selling for like 3.1 or something. And I was like, oh, if I'd asked enough people for $1, I probably could have afforded that one with no mortgage, surely. Go round begging. I'm sure the scrollers would all give me $5 each. I'd have it in no time. Anyway, dream home, right? Like dream home. We went and inspected it. It was like Kim Kardashian's house. It was amazing. So anyway, I'm just trying to paint the picture that this is like a very fabulous suburb on the Central Coast with lots of acreage, big houses, whatever. So I'm constantly looking. I see this one in a suburb nearby. Now, Hannah, the one you're going to want to go to is 55 Brush Road, Wamberal. Can you play?
Yeah, I've got it on my phone.
Oh, gorgeous. Yeah, feel free to play the 55 Brush Road, Wamberal sizzle video from
Am
the
I just
Hornet
listening to it
Agency.
myself or into the microphone?
Just yourself.
Okay, let me watch it. I'll be back. It's 6 minutes long.
Well, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but
Okay,
just
let
you'll
me
get
just
the
watch
gist.
it.
You'll get the gist.
Okay.
Everybody, we got a big shoot today, lots of movie scenes, all right? Here we go, 55 Brush Road here in Wamberal. Take one, action.
Hello, darlings. Welcome to the leading lady estate, where she loves a long driveway and a dramatic entrance.
Whoa, this is...
You know what they say? The longer the driveway, the louder the applause.
It was on the listing. Like, I was looking through houses on the Central Coast and it was on the listing.
What are you doing here?
I carried a watermelon.
Like, what the fuck?
I carried a watermelon.
Okay, this is amazing. This is like high level videography.
I know, this is why it's my royal flush.
But it's only got 1.5k views. But I'm hoping they're posting it on Instagram or something and it's getting more views than that.
Well, this is what I thought. So obviously I found that through looking at houses and I saw that and I went, oh my God, if this was on TikTok, it would be going viral. So basically, long story short, for anyone who hasn't gone to the liberty of looking it up, and I do encourage you to go and do it anyway, the Horner Agency, 55 Brush Road, they have created this sizzle reel of basically Vegas showgirls singing, dancing with the real estate agent. Remember last week on the pod, we were talking about car salesmen doing those fun things online. Like, this is in the same kind of respect
this
as
is
that.
so inspiring. And like, I
Yeah.
know we're trying to stop making all these episodes like a big business episode, but I even fucking want to talk about this on big business because this is proof. Like, a lot of people always say to me like, oh, I work in finance, I can't make content about my business. You can make content no matter what industry you're in. And this guy right here doing these videos is living proof of that.
So he's a real estate agent trying to sell a house. Basically, he's got, instead of just taking you through the house in a normal tour, what he's done is he's actually made like a music video of sorts with these Vegas showgirls. They've got feather fans, they're in leotards, they've got big headpieces on. He's dressed, matching them. They're dancing, they're singing about the house. It's funny. There's a director being like, all right, action everyone. They're singing, dancing, doing all the rest of it. Hannah has something to say. Go Google girl, come on in.
He got 36k on the Insta for that video,
okay.
and all the other videos only have like a couple of thousand, and he only has 400 followers. So like, that's
Nice.
testament to what Britt's saying of like, you don't need to be huge to like do these things and get that exposure.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm glad that he's not just putting this on YouTube, because I was going to say like these videos need more views. So I'm glad he's putting it across multiple platforms.
I haven't actually checked if it's on TikTok. Oh, it's not on TikTok. Hannah said it's not on TikTok. Well, if this
Horner
gets
Agency, if
back,
this makes it to you, you need to be putting these videos on TikTok.
and then I've got to repost it, and I will, and I'll actually get the link and pop it in the broadcast channel as well for you tonight, because I think then hopefully scrollers, you'll already have watched it, and then you'll know what we're talking about when this episode drops tomorrow. But that is my royal flush. I found it the most fabulous thing I've seen on the internet this week, and I was like, how random that me of all people has found this fucking random video on a random house site in Womberall on the Central Coast. What's this?
He did a witch one.
Oh, he did a witchy poo one. Nice.
It's absolutely amazing. I feel like in another life or another career of mine, my job would be going around to businesses and like helping them to do stuff like this and maximizing it, like by putting it out across all different channels and platforms, because I'm like, this is fucking fantastic. Why don't more people know about this?
Well, get him on Big Business, love. Ask him about why, like, without being rude, like, you don't have the biggest platform in the world. So what is it like to invest all this time and money into this fabulous music video?
I'm going to get him on. Hannah,
mean-
you know the producer of my other podcast. You can let him know.
Because I think that would be fabulous. I mean, I'm sure he's doing well and killing it, in his business, obviously. But in terms of on socials, Hannah just said he's got 400 followers. So
His personal page has 10k.
Oh, his personal page has 10k followers. Okay. Followed by Courtney Act. Love it.
We need to get him on Big Business.
I think that'd be good. I would definitely listen to that episode, potentially. Well, if it comes out while I'm on holidays, I'll have to catch up afterwards. That's all I'm saying.
You're not going to have enough spare time when you're laying on the beach, are
No,
you?
I don't think so. I honestly, I think it's almost at social media detox
Yeah,
level.
nice.
You know what I mean?
I'm definitely going to do a Euro summer next year.
Nice. Well, I'll come
And
with
guess
you,
what, Matt?
hopefully. What?
Guess what?
What?
There's this business like massive expo thing that happens in Vegas every year, and AJ and I are going to go.
Yeah.
Like for business purposes, but then, just go back to Vegas.
Well, I couldn't ever possibly go back to Vegas because I almost didn't make it out alive last time. But I will
I'm going to recreate the videos of you.
Bocanova. I will say nil interest in America now. Sorry. We went at a good time, doll. We went at a good time. I was a bit nervous about going over when we went over. It was all starting to kick off. Now, well and truly cooking itself. And I was like, you know how I was like so obsessed with New York? I literally applied for a visa and everything to live and work over there with Sky for like 3 months of the year. I just thought like, March, April, May, surely I can make that work, work towards that for next year after we get back from Europe. That'll be fun. We've cancelled that, didn't we? There's no way.
So you're over New York now?
No, I'm not over it. I love it and I so want to go back. I think not a good time to be visiting that country. What the bloody heck is going on over there? So, it'll be interesting to see whether there's anything of Las Vegas left by the time you go to the Business Expo next year.
Yep, everyone look it up. Shop Talk if you want to look it up if you're a business owner.
What the bloody hell have you got in your hand? A fidget spinner?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's why you've been so concentrated today.
Well, speaking of YouTube, Matt, I feel like you and I do this pretty often, especially when we're like hanging out in person. We always go, oh, remember that YouTuber? Like from back in the day, we always like reminisce on a YouTuber that we used to know and watch.
Yeah.
The other day I was laying in bed and I just had like it come into my brain for no reason. Like I wasn't even watching anything that made me think of it. It just like popped into my brain. And I remembered a viral YouTuber that I feel like surely everyone will remember. And if not, like, I reckon everyone would, okay? Do you remember the YouTuber How To Basic?
Yeah. Oh, I already know where this is going, but it's like, it's actually, there's a really like sinister story behind that channel.
Is there? Well, for context, for any of you that don't know, they're Australian, I'm pretty sure. Back in my YouTube days, there was this YouTuber called How To Basic, and it was a guy and he would make tutorials. Hannah, do you remember How To Basic?
I sure do. I was obsessed.
Yeah, so
it was like the creepiest, most anonymous, weird, faceless.
Yeah, so it was a
account.
faceless YouTube account, and he would basically do like recipe videos, like how to make a chocolate cake, but he would fuck up his entire house for the video every single time. Like it'd start off seemingly normal with eggs and stuff. And then all of a sudden he'd be like pegging 50 eggs at a wall, slapping chocolate around, throwing, like just ruining his whole house and kitchen for this like cooking tutorial. And then he would slide around in it. And remember he'd put all his feet in it and go like, oh yeah, and put all his feet in it.
I think that's what the end of the channel was, because people clocked onto the fact that it was just porn. Like it was a fetish thing.
But Matt, I fully forgot about this. And his videos would get like millions of views, and he would upload multiple a week, and he would destroy his house. Like I have no idea how he would clean it, but I looked it up and he's still uploading.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, I thought of the style of videos. I'm like, oh my God, remember that? And I was saying to AJ, remember that guy that used to fuck up his house? And I couldn't think of the name How To Basic. And then it finally came to me, and I went on the channel and he's still uploading them. And even now he's doing the same thing. Like he did one making a chocolate cake the other day, and he slides around in it, but you never see who he is. And then he slid around in all the chocolate and the eggs, and then he gets in bed and he's in his sheets when he's been covered in fucking 50 eggs and chocolate, and then there's all brown shit through his whole bed. But do you reckon it's like a food fetish thing?
I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to look up. I'm sure there was a scandal. I mean, the only thing that's coming up is potential animal cruelty, but I'm sure there was a scandal that went where one day he just disappeared for a really long time because everyone like clocked on, and then like it was one of those things where like someone said something about the animal cruelty, let's say, and then all of a sudden it was like someone else said, well, yeah, it's just fetish content for people who love feet. Because and then everyone, it was like a snowball effect of like everyone clocking into
Do you
the
remember,
coconut tree, as Gabby Whips would say.
I'm watching his one, How to Revive a Fish.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean, animal cruelty.
Is
But
it
it's
really
like-
a real fish?
No, it's a real fish, but it's like a dead fish he's obviously bought from like a butcher or whatever. And it's so fucked. The way that he's like patting it and stuff. Now it's going down a
remember he used
slippery
to be
slide.
Really creepy,
See, I
and he'd
think
be like,
it's fetish.
he'd be like,
I think
"Shh,"
it's
and he'd put
fetish.
his
I reckon
finger,
some
like-
real gross people, not to kink shame, but I will shame, like would watch that and get off on it.
I
Like-
remember when I was in college, we used to like sit around and watch, like we were like, oh, how to basic new video.
Yeah, but we laugh at it.
Like,
I mean,
as
I
of the
think
time.
there'd be people out there. I remember
would
one
love
guy in high school used to chat me on MSN, and he'd be the one who would get off on that sort of. He'd ask me, "What would you do if I was an ant?" And would you put me in your pocket, or would you put me in your bum crack, or would you put me like I was like, "What the fuck, you weirdo, you sicko!" And then I ended up working with him at one of my jobs, and I was just
No.
like, "I can't look at you because you asked me if I was an ant, where would I put you?"
I remember How to Basic being anonymous, but then
He did a face reveal.
do you remember when Max Mofo was a really popular YouTuber too?
Yeah,
And
did
then
you have a crush
think,
on him?
I think all of us did
Okay.
at one point. But I think he was friends with Max Mofo.
Okay, yeah.
What happened to Max Mofo?
I don't know.
He went real viral as well. And Adrian Van Ooyen, remember him?
No.
You would if you saw him.
Can you please go Google, girl?
Adrian Van Oyen. They were all friends, like those YouTube boys. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian Van Ooyen. Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
bloody
happened to those
hell.
guys?
I don't know. Who was the second one? Max Mofo. Was he a bit
Look up
emo
Max-
looking?
Yeah, like big hair. Max Moefoe.
Oh, yeah. Yep, nice. Fun. Cute. Idubbbz. Leafy. They're all
Yeah,
in
they
a
were
big
like
group,
the
apparently.
Australian bro YouTubers. Anyway, How to Basic just popped into my mind and I was like, wow, memory unlocked.
Yeah. I would die happily if I never had to watch another How To Basic video ever again in my life, actually. Think I'd be fine with that. I never got it. Never
Neither
understood
did I,
it.
but I think that's why we all wanted to watch it because we were like, what the fuck is he doing? And I just could never get over him destroying his house.
See, my thing was watched one, watched all. I was like, I'm not sitting through this again. This fucking bullshit, you know? Well, big news for the Vogue world because Anna Wintour has been... she stepped down from editor-in-chief of Vogue. And also, by the way, I'm seeing Devil Wears Prada next week on the West End. Wow. Just thought I'd make you all jealous. But I actually wanted to talk about this today because obviously if you haven't heard, go Google, girl, in your own time. But Anna Wintour just randomly one day, the other day, last week, was like, I'm done, babes. I'm sick of it. I'm done. Bye. And that was
Is
really
she
random.
retiring?
There was no, I'm not too sure on the details, but there was no kind of like sign that this would be happening soon. Obviously, it's like what's going to happen with the Met Gala, what's going to happen with Vogue. Anna Wintour really changed the face of Vogue. Like prior to Anna Wintour, Vogue was very much just models in a photo shoot. What do you call it when you're in a studio? You know, close up in a studio. Didn't see much.
Ecom.
Very ecom. Vogue was very ecom, and then Anna Wintour then was taking them out to fields and in the flowers and at the beach and all the rest of it, and like kind of changed the face of Vogue. So really, so obviously it's kind of random that she's just randomly, because I thought she'd do it till she died, you know. And imagine giving that up. Like, why would you want to give that up? Like, why would you want to say goodbye to not only the prestige, but the money, but the, I don't know. And especially,
I feel like when you're like, she would have that much money, like she wouldn't need to work ever again.
but I think like it's a passion, like for that position, like she'd be passionate. So she's giving away like her life dream as well. You know what I
But
mean?
maybe she's worked enough, like she's getting older, you know.
Nah, well,
How
there
old
was,
is she?
oh, go Google, girl. How old is she? She's 75. Oh, fuck, yeah. All right, retire
You know what
then.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel
right.
like, yeah, you can have your passions, but also like when you're 75, like you don't have that much life left, if I'm being honest. So like, do you really want to spend it working?
Well, there's a conspiracy theory that has come out, but yeah, I know what you mean. Absolutely. I didn't realize she was 75. Babes, I'm trying to retire at 31 and that's in October. So, you know, I wouldn't be doing any more than I'd have to either. So maybe she did just want to retire. Maybe she has enough money. Don't know if you get like a royalties thing after
sure she
leaving.
would.
So basically there's a conspiracy theory though that this has all got to do with Jeff Bezos. And if I go missing and end up dead in a ditch, blame Jeff Bezos, because this is what official Simone said on Instagram. The day before the Bezos wedding, which obviously we just saw in, where was that? Valencia? Venice? Right.
Venice.
Yeah, Venice. The day before the Bezos wedding and the day before Lauren Sanchez lands the actual Vogue cover, Anna Wintour, in quotations, steps down. There is no way in hell Anna would ever let someone like that be the face of one of her issues. I'm assuming like just a billionaire or billionaire's wife be on the cover. Like, why would Anna let that happen? They've been trying to make this cover happen for months and Anna kept saying no, and then Jeff Bezos was like, sorry, no one says no to me, probably paid off whoever he had to, and suddenly Anna's out. This wasn't a graceful exit. This was Anna not wanting any part of that cover. She would never be associated with that kind of over. I don't know what that last sentence means. But yeah, so new conspiracy theory. You know I love my conspiracy theories. Anna Wintour didn't actually step down. She was kicked out due to Jeff Bezos. But allegedly, I've got no idea. Don't shoot the messenger, don't. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that could be the case or not?
Who fucking knows? Celebrities freak me the fuck out. Celebrities and rich people.
Celebrities freak me the fuck out.
They do. Like, I saw everyone going to his wedding and he hired out a whole fucking island and every person known to man was there and all the richest people. And I'm like, you motherfuckers are just living in another world.
Did you see that the wedding was carpeted?
Was it?
Yes. They installed carpet on the bloody island thing that they were on. They installed carpet and it's like a disgusting Meriton apartment carpet. Like, it's not pretty. It's not like, you know, you look at the Met Gala stairs and they've all got nice patterns. Like, literally go Google, girl, Jeff Bezos wedding carpet, and it is like the cheapest carpet from Go Carpet Court, the experts in the trade. So, yeah. And I also think, are you all even friends? Because what the bloody heck is Orlando Bloom doing, rocking up to Jeff Bezos?
It's a networking event. Like,
right.
It's a networking event.
Like Kim Kardashian, even
oh my God, the carpet is feral. It's like office block carpet.
Yes, it looks like the carpet in your new bloody Fate office.
At least make it at least like a nice dark blood red or something, like a burgundy.
Yeah.
That's fucking industrial grade Bunnings carpet.
My thing is like being like those invites to the wedding, I feel were just invites just because they were billionaires or millionaires or famous.
Yeah, it's a networking event. That's
I know,
all it
but
is.
why? I would hate that. Can you imagine Brittney getting married and just only inviting other Aussie influencers?
But I mean,
fucking hell, can't wait. I
billionaires.
can't think of anything worse, love.
They're billionaires. Of course, you want to invite all the richest and the most known because there's going to be more eyes on your wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, it takes away the whole sentiment of what is a wedding.
Maybe this is my problem. I've got to start thinking like a billionaire because it's
Yeah,
not
you
working so far. So maybe I've got to flip my thinking. Oh, I've got it all wrong. I tried to be a good person. I'll have to throw that out the window then. Anyway, scrollers, thanks for listening to...
That's another episode done and dusted.
Oh, fuck, yeah, sorry. Look, yeah, I'm already on holiday mode, okay? The annual leave has started, but don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be in your ears every week. And we've recorded some of our best episodes that are pre-recorded, and some of the chats that are coming up are real fun.
Has the baby born chat happened yet?
No.
Oh, I'm so
and
excited
the Labubu episode too. Oh my God, there's so much that I keep thinking, like as we've kept recording, I keep going, oh my God, I wish we could pop some of those Close Friends episodes out like now because I want people to hear them. But you'll have to be patient and wait, love. Thanks for listening. Rate us 5 stars. Blah, blah, blah. You know.
Keep your ears out and
Yeah.
eyes out for a quick whip episode coming out very soon with something top secret in it that a lot of you are going to get so excited about.
Yeah. Anyway, Dale, better let you go. I'm on the wrong plane.